However, a family of 6 from Gaza have applied to live in Britain using this scheme, and a judge has now ruled in their favour. This is not what the scheme was designed to do.
As you could just take an infinite number of people in. If every Palestinian comes to this country, all the other asylum seekers from all the refugee sites around the world, all these people coming along, what happens when every hotel room is full?
Yesterday, during the PMQ's session in UK Parliament between Kemi Badenoch and Keir Starmer, Kemi revealed that the UK Labour government has been granting indefinite leave to remain to Gazans and Palestinians through the Ukrainian scheme.
A family of 6 from Gaza have applied to live in Britain using this scheme, and a judge has now ruled in their favour. This is not what the scheme was designed to do. This decision is completely wrong. It cannot be allowed to stand. Is the government planning to appeal on any points of law? And if so, which ones?
This has spanked debates all over Britain as to why the Labour governments have to be granting citizenship to Gazans through the Ukrainian scheme, and others asking, are they really Ukrainians? Many British people are upset with this and no longer trust this government, as they are prioritising others first, and are using tricks like releasing deportation videos when they've not deported anyone.
Every Palestinian comes to this country, all the other asylum seekers from all the refugee sites around the world, all these people coming along. What happens when every hotel room is full? You've started seeing already councils actually buying up private housing to start housing people as well. Well, that puts Brits who want to buy houses out of that market too, and that just shows the different kinds of pressures that we're having. Britain cannot take all of these people in. It should not take all of these people in. We should instead seek to be sort of, what would you call it?
Before we continue, if you've not already, subscribe to our channel and ring the bell for upcoming updates. Yesterday, the UK Parliament witnessed a heated exchange during the Prime Minister's Questions, PMQ's, session between Minister Kemi Badenoch and Labour leader Keir Starmer. The focus of their debate was a contentious policy decision by the Labour government to grant indefinite leave to remain, ILR, to Gazans and Palestinians through a scheme originally designed for Ukrainian refugees. This revelation has sparked widespread discussions across Britain, raising questions about immigration policies and national priorities. The backdrop of this debate is the ongoing humanitarian crisis in Gaza, exacerbated by conflict, economic instability, and social unrest. The situation has compelled many Gazans to seek refuge outside their homeland, with the UK being one of the potential destinations. The Ukrainian refugee scheme was established in response to the Russian invasion of Ukraine, allowing those fleeing the war to find safety and stability in the UK. However, the extension of this scheme to include Gazans has left many British citizens questioning the rationale behind such a decision. Kemi Badenoch defended the government's actions, stating that the ILR for Gazans aligns with the UK's commitment to human rights and international obligations. The Labour government argues that providing sanctuary to individuals fleeing conflict is a moral imperative. This perspective, however, has not been universally accepted, leading to a public outcry. The announcement has triggered a wave of criticism from various sectors of society. Many British citizens are upset, feeling that the Labour government is prioritising the needs of non-citizens over those of local citizens. Comments on social media platforms reflect a growing distrust towards the government, with accusations of mismanagement and a lack of transparency. Critics argue that the government is using this policy as a political tool to distract from more pressing national issues, such as the cost of living crisis and the NHS backlog. The timing of the announcement, coinciding with the release of deportation videos, has further fueled suspicions. Many observers believe these videos are an attempt to downplay the controversial immigration policies and project an image of a government actively addressing illegal immigration. One of the most contentious aspects of this situation is the identity of those being granted ILR. Many citizens are questioning whether Gazans should be included under a scheme initially designed for Ukrainians. This debate touches on deeper issues of national identity, sovereignty, and the criteria for asylum. Supporters of the policy argue that humanitarian crises should not be viewed through a narrow lens of nationality. They emphasize that the plight of individuals fleeing violence and persecution should take precedence over bureaucratic technicalities. However, opponents contend that this approach may dilute the original purpose of the Ukrainian scheme, leading to a slippery slope where the criteria for asylum become increasingly vague. The legal ramifications of this policy decision are significant. Granting ILR to Gazans raises questions about the UK's immigration laws and the integrity of its asylum system. Critics argue that the government may be setting a precedent that could lead to an influx of asylum seekers from other regions in conflict, complicating an already strained immigration system. From an ethical standpoint, the decision also presents a dilemma. While providing refuge to those in need is a noble pursuit, it is essential to consider the implications for local communities and the existing population. The balance between compassion and pragmatism is delicate, and the government must navigate this terrain carefully to maintain public trust. The erosion of public trust in the government is a concerning trend that has emerged as a result of this policy. Many citizens feel alienated from the decision-making processes that affect their lives, leading to a growing divide between the government and the governed. The perception that the government is prioritizing foreign nationals over its citizens is damaging to the social contract that underpins democratic governance. For a government to function effectively, it must have the confidence of its constituents. The current situation threatens to undermine this confidence, with many citizens feeling that their voices are not being heard. Media coverage of this issue has also played a significant role in shaping public opinion. The portrayal of the Labour government's decision has varied widely, with some outlets emphasising the humanitarian aspects, while others focus on the political fallout. This divergence in coverage contributes to the confusion and polarisation of public sentiment. Social media has amplified the discourse, with various factions taking to platforms to express their views. This environment can lead to the spread of misinformation and exacerbate tensions, making it even more crucial for the government to communicate transparently and effectively. The decision to grant indefinite leave to remain to Gazans through the Ukrainian scheme has ignited a complex debate that touches on issues of identity, sovereignty, and trust in government. As the discourse continues to evolve, it is essential for the government to engage with the public, addressing their concerns and clarifying its policies. Moving forward, the Labour government must find a way to balance humanitarian obligations with the needs of its citizens. This requires a nuanced approach that considers the implications of its policies while maintaining the integrity of its immigration system. As the nation grapples with these challenges, it is crucial for citizens to remain informed and engaged in the political process. In times of uncertainty, open dialogue and constructive discourse can pave the way for solutions that benefit everyone. Before concluding, if you haven't already, consider subscribing to our channel and ringing the bell for upcoming updates. The evolving landscape of UK politics demands vigilant scrutiny and active participation.